welcome back to the rest of the story. Well, last fall we put these Midland radios into, and I can even turn it on here. Maybe I can't. I put these Midland radios into the 76 and the Gator. We have two more of these micro mobiles to install. We're not sure where we're going to put them in yet. One is definitely going to be the Combine. The other one is still undecided if it'll be the 46, the 82. 4020 isn't going to do us any good because there's no way we'd hear it. But we have time to decide that. But I don't know if you guys remember me saying, if I did at all, we were having distance issues where Dad and Ryan are having a hard time picking me up with the radios they had. Well, it seems how I was using this micro mobile and they were using the handhelds. All I had in here, used to have in here, was this little antenna. That's all this micro mobile had for an antenna on it. The range was okay if I was sitting pretty well within eyesight of Dad and Ryan. Yeah, I could hear it when we were right next to each other. We could hear each other fine. But my friend Matt, he works for for Midland Radio, said I can solve that problem. And I says, really? What do you have in mind? And as a result, he sent us some heavy-duty antennas. I just got done installing it. This is, well, let's get the other one up here for comparison. The other one, can you guys see a little bit of a difference? Oh, here is the new one. If I can get it to sit up here. This is the new one, and goes all the way up to the steering wheel there, and here's the old one. There's quite a difference. Now, we already installed one of these bigger antennas on the Gator, and it does work quite well, as a matter of fact. We took the Gator up to the end of this farm up in the corner, and we were able to hear each other just fine, as in pretty clear. There's no guessing as far as what we were saying to each other. These radios do work great. It's just that was literally the only problem is the reception issues between me and Dad and Ryan. The handhelds work great. The micro mobiles, well, especially the one in the Gator, works just as good, just as well as the handheld walkie-talkies. So what I ended up doing, I don't have a spot on the cab set up yet, but if you guys can see, that is the base. That black hockey puck is the base for this antenna. It comes with an adequate amount of wire, but the only problem is that's a magnet mount, and the 76's roof, because they recommend putting this on the highest point of the machine that they're on, is all plastic. So simply put, I'm just going to get a metal plate, and I'll just silicone, I'll drill the holes out, I'll silicone it, and then I'll just screw it onto the roof, so I have a place to mount this fairly large antenna. But that's what's going on with the 76 as of right now. I have plenty of other projects that are coming down the line. A couple of them are currently sitting behind me. But yeah, we got these radios last fall to use during harvest. Very positive experience with them. It's really nice going from cell phones back to these Midland radios. We used to have the old Motorola phones, my radio walkie-talkies. I found mine. It's down at my house. I should show you that sometime. Going from those big walkie-talkies to cell phones, which cell phones definitely reduce the carrying weight instead of having a radio, big bulky radio hanging off your belt. The problem is these aren't really reliable 100% of the time. It's too easy for somebody not to check their text messages or to not hear their cell phone. The radios going from a cell phone back to using these Midland radios has been quite a relief, actually. For Ryan and I, a really good example would be last fall. We were changing the grain auger. We were moving from this smaller bin right here at the end of my finger, and we were moving the auger up into the 20,000 bushel bin. Now, the reason that it was such a relief to have those walkie-talkies, those handhelds, is because we did that at 7 o'clock at night, which in November is completely dark out. Ryan was able to tell me by using those radios while I was backing the tractor up what I should be doing with the auger, if I should be raising it, lowering it, if I need to be going to the left or the right, tell me where I had to go to get it over top that grain bin. That would have been almost impossible with cell phones, because like with the walkie-talkie, he was able to talk and put it down and focus on what he's doing. With the cell phone, as we all know, texting in a situation like that would have been completely out of the question. Talking on the phone would be plausible, but the only problem is that for me, when I was driving, I had the radio pinned up on my coat here so I could hear everything he was saying, and I didn't have to have that cell phone onto the side of my head while I'm trying to look back up behind me and trying to steer the tractor. It would have happened if we didn't have those radios, but I tell you what, it would have taken us a lot longer. And on top of that, the wind was blowing out that night, so there's also wind reception there too with cell phones, because cell phones like to pick up wind. But these are a very, very welcome sight back onto the farm. I myself, I like the CB style aspect of it. Really handy too, as in like going across the field, it's easiest to grab it, yell at it, tell Ryan that he needs to get his face out of his cell phone and focus on what he's doing. I can't say too much because I tend to be just as bad. YouTube, seems like we're on our phones a lot more than what we used to be. Not because we want to be, but we do it because, well, for all of our viewers, because it's constantly managing our YouTube accounts with our phones. Between monitoring comments and videos that are being uploaded and everything else, because it takes up until I got that laptop, when I was uploading videos, it used to take, if I was doing 2 videos, it would probably take about 12 hours to upload. My internet service is terrible, but we alleviated that. So, well, I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing the Midland radios in use throughout the rest of the year. I know I am. We haven't used them all winter, but in light of the fact that we could be in the field in another week or 2, yeah, you heard me right, we're going to be getting those handhelds charged back up, and that's why I'm finishing up putting this antenna onto this machine also. For the time being, that is not the way you're supposed to do it. For the record, you're supposed to have these antennas on top of the cab, but until, like I just told you, I have a way to mount it on top of the cab, it's just going to be on the fender, because we're not communicating a whole lot with it yet, but we will be. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But until next time, or tomorrow night, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.